You see, they've done this way, way, way too early. You can see it on the terminal there. I'm saying that because, come on, move. There she goes. Update 30.3.0 Gara Prime has arrived. I'm saying that even though technically, and I was hoping red text would come back up, the red text hasn't finished. There it is, deploying now. Even though if we actually go to the forums right now and click refresh, it's actually not showing up. So one quick little fix of that later. And I'm saying that because if you went to the news terminal and actually clicked on it, it would take you to the forum post, but it's kind of still been set as hidden. So not expecting a lot of comments to this, but there is actually a few, including this long thing, which, well, wow, that is a lot of fixes in this update. I know that's not really what people are looking for, but let's be honest, what everybody wants from this is Gara Prime. We'll start this by playing this.
Of all our sleek gargoyles, our voidborn masquerade, how to honor the one who volunteered willingly, knowing the truth, whose little act of courage twinkled like a petty Ayatan before our golden indifference. And Nihil cried, "Glass her for her presumption," until the arches rang with laughter. So be it. I shall encase you in crystal most fine, that the purity of your stigmatization might shard the sunlight itself.
While I obviously update the game in the background, because we're going to jump straight into this by taking a look at the new primes and hope they've actually added these to the codex. They don't always. Yes, there she is. If we come in, there she is in all of her prime glory. Obviously the weapon, the Astilla Prime in her hands, looking absolutely amazing. Hopefully that is not one of those shotguns that ends up completely horrible. But as you can imagine, instead of having 150 armor, has 190. And still has 150 energy, but does have, yes, for those Gara mains, 20 more health. Usually this is in 50s, but for some weird reason it's 40 extra armor and 20 extra health. Doesn't quite add up. Seems kind of weird if we are being brutally honest here. The relic she drops from is the Axii G6 with the Prime blueprint as, well, why did I say Prime? With the main blueprint as the rare, the Lith K6 as the chassis as the uncommon, the Meso P5 with the Neuroptics as the common, meaning the Neo A5 is the systems, which is the common part. Taking a look at the Vulnus Prime, no big surprise here, the attack speed is still 1.2, everything is pretty much the same. It does have a little bit bigger crit chance, going from 18% to 20. Crit multiplier is now 1.8 instead of 1.6. 34% status instead of 30, but does do more slide attack because this thing, well, the impact has gone from 48.4 to 55. The puncture has gone from 70.4, yes, this is a hammer that does puncture, of 70.4 is now 80, and slash has gone from 101.2, yes, this is a hammer that does mostly slash damage. It is now 115, meaning it's gone from a total of 220 to 250. Even the heavy attack has gone from 1,320 to 1,500. Wow. Okay. That's not bad at all. This is a good hammer because it does have the slash proc to it, not based around impact. Not that impact is bad, but, well, slash and puncture can just be slightly more useful. And considering it's made out of glass, slash makes a lot more sense for a hammer. Parts for the Volnus dropping from the Axii 1 relic with the head being the uncommon, the Meso Z4 with the blueprint being the common, meaning the Neo V10 is obviously the handle, which well, it's the rare drop. There's always one rare drop for every new prime, and it's the handle that's the rare drop on the Neo relic. Not so bad actually, it's axes that can be quite painful. And what I am really looking forward to trying out is the Astilla Prime. With the accuracy still being the same, the crit chance has gone from 17 to 21. The crit multiplier is the same, the fall off is the same, the fire rate is the same, the magazine, on the other hand, has gone from 16 to 24. Ooh, yes. The status, obviously it's a prime weapon, everything is going to get buffed ever so slightly, so it's gone from 33 to a whopping 37. The damage, the impact damage, has gone from 70 to 100. This is going to be one of those rare times that every single prime thing that turns up is a massive increase in damage. And not a nerf to things like the Volnus's attack speed. I'm really glad they kept it 1.2 and added just a little bit of damage. This is what primes are supposed to be. Better versions of the normal ones. Not slightly tweaked, but they work pretty much exactly the same. They just barely do better damage. This does 30 more damage. Sadly though, when it comes to the radial attack, that's where things start to get samey. The fall off is 30%. The range is still 2.4. But it now does 49 puncture instead of 42 and 91 slash instead of 78 it used to do. Again, buffs all round for this thing, which it needs. All primes need to be slightly better, which is one of the reasons I'm looking forward to trying this, because, well, the Astilla was always a pretty decent weapon. Not an amazing weapon. Hopefully the fact that this has 30 base damage more means it will. And that radial attack having increased damage as well, oh, that should make it so much better. But as people keep pointing out to me, the fact it has the base damage of impact could ruin it. But hopefully not. Actually very amazed that that isn't a video playing in the background like it usually is, because in that video they could have showed off the ephemera of the particles flying around. There is the prime Kavat armor, there is yet again affinity and resource boosters rather than credit boosters. The bonus is, because this is Kavat based for the Astilla Prime armor, it does come with a coloured fur pattern and colours, however you want to put that, and a segment to make one if you don't have a Kavat. But it's still weird not to see the image in the background, because I was really expecting the ephemera to be spinning there, which it just isn't. Obviously you can prime access this if you want, or you just go and crack the relic open for the parts and just pick up the accessories if that's what you're into. As I've mentioned before, I tend to just kind of go for the syndicate stuff. That's why I level up the syndicates, because I can just come in and using just the two, I don't use the other two, people keep asking this, I will just, yep, I'll have 6 relic packs please, and pretty much get nothing from them. Oh well, no, I saw the Astilla Prime pop up there, but I don't pay attention to what they're dropping anyway. So if we go press escape or pause, actually is it even called pause? Go to communication on console anymore, is it still called paused? Called pause, that's got me. Because it's not even called the pause button or the start button. Is it the start button on consoles anymore? Yeah, options button. Press escape, go to clan after going to communication, and yeah, it actually looks so much cleaner. I'm glad clan management's gone, and invite member is right there. Invite member needed to be there. Similar kind of thing for the friends list. Trying to remove as many of these as possible is great. Went from thousands down so quickly. I love the fact that added that whole grouping of removing of friends. It made things so much easier. Batch remove, right there. Love it. Everything else in this update is basically small little changes, hopefully, this means that a lot of good things are coming. There was mention of, I'm trying to remember what it was for rank 10, the intrinsics for crewmen, and mentioning the Sisters of Porvos, which will bring that. So hopefully what they are changing there, allowing you to use any of your Kuva enemies, allies, as your on-call crew member, means that hopefully that will just be bringing the next update, 30.5, that will bring the Sisters of Porvos sooner rather than later. Everything else, as you can see, there is a ton of fixes here. A ton of them. So I think with that, we'll leave this off here because, well, it's time to go crack some relics because Gara Prime has arrived. So, thanks for watching and I'll catch you next time.